morning and welcome to live coverage of the Seybert Michigan Open. It's day one here at the Kellogg Arena in Battle Creek. Our first match today is Riku Romppanen, the young 14-year-old sensation from Vantaa in Finland, against Robert Frost from Cincinnati in Ohio. Thanks to our sponsors and partners for making this event happen. Seybert's, of course, Predator Q's, CueSports International, WPBA and US Pro Billiard Series partners, Kamui, Out for Coin, Jam Up Apparel and Medaya Light. The game is 10 ball, 2 races to 4. I'm Mark White. It's a cool shot. And calling these shots with me in the booth is Mr. Tony Robles.
Hey, Mark, it's great to be back. Great to be back, Mark. We've had quite a long hiatus there, but the dynamic duo is back.
We're here, we're live all for the next 4 days. Cannot wait. Just to remind viewers, it's 2 races to 4, of course. It is a cool shot. Early 10s do count. No golden break, but early 10s do count, Tony. And Riku won the lag, broke off, dry break. Robert at the table. How are you seeing this first rack, Tony?
It's going to be a little tricky getting on the 4. I think 4 is just a key ball over here. He can play in the lower right-hand pocket, even possibly in the side pocket if he gets a correct angle on the 3. I think he got a little straighter than he wanted to there. Now he's going to have to contend with the 6 here. Unless he has a slight angle. If he has enough angle to get away or even draw past the 6 on the other side, should be fine. Unless he's looking at the 410. Would you risk the 410 if you if that's the only position that you have available?
I think he can stun off this to the rail.
Oh,
with
yeah.
Lots of left. Stun off the rail left.
Has to watch it for the 6. Make sure he doesn't sacrifice a shot. Oh, he hit that great. Oh.
How well has he hit that? Oh. Wow, look at that. Would you believe it? Would you believe it?
Yeah, he was trying to play position in the side pocket. That's a little tricky when it comes to a brand new cloth and everything sliding. It just slows down the cue ball because of all the sliding that's going on. And he hit that with power.
And
he hit that with a lot of
isn't
power.
it incredible how often that happens? Like, what's the width of a ball? 2 and 1/16 or something, and then you come all the way down the table and you end up behind that.
Oh, look at that
did
shot!
He call it? Did he call it though? Well, yes, he did. And there's a bonus there of the 6 ball, which has helped a little bit considering where the 5 is, Tony. So
I mean, he hit that to the heart of the pocket. Can he see the 5?
I think I'm not sure.
Looks like he might have to go cushion first here. Has to be careful, make sure the cue ball doesn't go rail first and off the 7 into the corner if he does end up hitting it. Oh, he can definitely make that. Yeah, for sure.
Good start here from Robert Frost.
And that's not an easy shot from that distance.
Now, not to be confused with Scott Frost, of course, but you were telling me before we came on air that he does love a game of one pocket, this guy.
If I'm not mistaken, I think I might have seen him playing against Roberto Gomez in a game of one pocket at the International Open. I might be mistaken, but he looks familiar.
Well, it's a very confident start. A little bit of a tester here, Tony.
Yeah, he might have enough angle to go up and down. Key here is to avoid the 10. I don't know if he can hold the ball there. The other option that he has is just slow roll it to the bottom rail and take the slightly tougher shot on the 9 ball on the side.
You don't want to scratch off the edge of the 10 either. There's a chance of that depending on how thick he hits this.
I mean, if he runs in the 10 dead straight, then he'll have a tougher shot.
Oh, he just missed it. Perfectly played.
He hit it great.
I did a bit of hip English there, Tony. You might have noticed I swayed to the right slightly there.
A little body English.
A little body English, mate.
You're not even shooting. See, now this is another one that's tricky. Some people prefer to go 2 rails, while others like to. I like to go 2 rails here because I don't have to worry about. I eliminate the chance of running into the 10 period.
Oh, he's killing well, isn't he?
He hit it good. He hit it good. He hit it good.
You, of course, are playing in the tournament yourself. We'll talk about that in a minute. 10 ball coming up then to take a 1-0 lead in this first race to 4. And in it goes. So a nice. Well, he played nice there, didn't he?
That was a very impressive rack. Very impressive. He kept it together. Didn't let the fact that he ended up behind the 9 get to him. And he stayed composed. Did the best that he could with whatever he had in front of him and made the best of it.
So there are lots of other games going on. We have 16 of the Predator Apex 9-foot tables here being used, and we have 2 tournaments even going on at the same time. The women have their tournament starting at midday today, and we're going to try and alternate the matches here on the stream table, but they are of course all live on kazoom.com. You can go and choose your table, and well, you can watch like a pro these days, can't you?
That's fantastic. What a great option to have to choose a table that you want.
Watch like a pro, never miss a ball.
Well, we never miss from here.
Referee John Lehman has set the balls up, our head referee, and it's winner break. So Robert Frost breaks off, leading 1-0. And yeah, just to remind you guys, if you're not familiar with this format, it's 2 races to 4, and if we're level after 2 sets, we will go to a very exciting 10-ball shootout. Here we go, have a look at this break, Tony.
He mishit the 1 ball a bit. Is he going to get rewarded? Nope.
Oh, and look at this 10. Going dangerously near to that corner pocket. Now look at the 3 ball, Tony. Even the 1 ball. What's going on here then?
Need to see the angle to get a better idea, because if they're lined up straight, then he should definitely go for the combo. But there's a possibility if he can hit it thin enough and not move the 1 that much to where it won't bounce off the rail and have the 6 as a blocker, then he might want to shoot the billiard. But he has to hit it super soft if he decides to go that route.
Yeah, maybe a few early nerves. Well, if it wasn't on before, it definitely is on now.
And Robert still, it's aiming right to the center of the pocket. He has a couple of options here. If he doesn't get, you know, perfect on the 1 to go for the 3 in the lower left-hand corner pocket, he can still bank the 3-1 rail and cross side.
Nicely played. We are on a shot clock here as well, 30 seconds. 60 seconds after a break or a push out, and each player gets 1 extension per rack of 30 seconds.
Let's see how he hits this one. 1 rail. He overhit it a bit. Does it go in the corner?
I think he plays this past the 10, doesn't he? Big pocket with that 10 ball there.
Well, the main thing is he has to be careful. He wants to get as straight on this 4 as possible, because if he ends up on the right-hand side, the cue ball runs into the 7. If he ends up on the opposite side, the cue ball runs into the 6. Oh, he overcut it.
Overcut that by some distance, didn't he? Just to let you know, guys, they are playing on brand new cloth on the bed and the rails. Brand new tables, actually.
Brand spanking new.
Shipped
They're just
in.
gorgeous. Yeah. We just had 2 of these tables installed at the Billiard Academy, South State Billiard Academy, that I play out of in Miami, Florida. We had 2 of them installed the other day, so I'm practicing on the exact equipment we use in these events. It's amazing.
Well, I heard through the grapevine as well that you're going to have one of these in your home very, very soon.
Who told you that?
You did.
Ooh,
that's a little bit.
Yeah, that was unexpected.
Yeah.
And with ball in hand, it makes it that much easier to play position on the 5 ball.
He shouldn't have been anywhere near. I wonder if he would consider taking.
But you see how the ball took a little dip after it hit the 6 because of the cloth, the new cloth.
Yeah, he's a young guy. He's been, I think this is about his 4th of these US Pro Billiard Series tournaments.
So it looks like he's going to go 3 rails, past the side pocket, going between the 8 and the 9. And if he gets dead straight on that 5 ball, he's right on the 6 ball. If he doesn't get straight, he might have to work a little bit to get on the 6. He can always play in the same pocket as a 5. Let's see how he gets on the 5.
We saw in the last rack where he overran the cue ball, ended up behind the 9 ball, and still kicked at it and made it.
Yeah.
He's perfect on this, though. There you see on your
Hits
TV
this
screens.
with draw. Can hit with draw, follow, and go 1 rail. Depends on the angle that he has. Looks like he has too much angle to go with the draw. 1 rail. Same thing here. You don't want to end up frozen.
Don't go near that rail.
Well, he showed us how comfortable he is shooting off the rail when he made the 5 on that long 5 on the first rack. So I think he's fine here. Just I think he's trying to adjust to the speed of the table, the new cloth.
Oh, I was just going to say, with a name like Frost, he should be super cool, but, well, that's a miss. Chance again then for the young.
Do you see how he chicken winged his arm there? Chicken winged his arm. His arm went all the way out.
Oh, he's got away with that though, hasn't he? Oh, he's kicking at this. He wouldn't prefer
I wonder if he's going to hit his soft or if he's going to hit off the top. He's going to hit his soft.
Oh, he's played it well.
See, the other option he had is hit it with more speed and come off the top rail, and then it'll take you right towards the 7. But there's always a chance that you might end up straight on the 7, which is still not bad. You can still get the job done. It's just a little tougher that way.
There you see some outer tables, and we've also got the Michigan State Championships going on at the moment as well. 50 of the 7-foot bar box tables. So if you hear some noise in the background, and you'll see them occasionally as well. There you can see in the background now, look, somebody peering round the screen, having a look. If you're in the Michigan area, guys, come down. It's a lovely little place, Battle Creek.
Really is. It's very nice.
Home of the Kellogg's cornflakes.
That's right.
Yeah, I've noticed one thing about this guy, Tony, and I'd like you to keep an eye on him. He does tend to jump up quite quickly. See there? Just jumping up before he's finished the stroke.
Yeah. I think I like, because of the fact that it's a new cloth and the spin isn't grabbing 100% yet, I think I would have preferred to go 3 rails, maybe 4 rails on that one with follow. It's a little more forgiving, the shot. Did he underhit that?
I think he's just about perfect, isn't he? I mean, I'm impressed with this guy's stroke.
Yeah. It's what I call the living dangerously shot. When you want to, you get that close to coming behind the ball.
Probably play the 9 into the same pocket, I would have thought, when he come round 2
or in the side. It all depends on the comfort level.
Yeah. Come in the side. As you said.
Here, if this were Feder Gorse, and he had to draw the cue ball exactly 2 3/4 inches, he would draw it 2 3/4 inches.
Yeah, Feder Gorst, of course, is here playing in this tournament, along with Christina Tkac. She's here in the women's event, as is Margaret Fefilova, and they've had a little bit of a break from the game. Now then, you're in this tournament. Tony, how are you feeling? How are you hitting them? Have you been practicing hard for this one?
I have been practicing thanks to my lovely wife, Gail Robles, who's always been supportive of me, always been my biggest support and believes in me. And, of course, my beautiful baby boy, Antonio, who just started kindergarten the other day. It feels like it was the other day he was born. Now he's in kindergarten. It's crazy. Yeah, I'm hitting him good. I feel good for my match.
5 p.m. you're playing?
5 p.m.
And he's going to be around to do some commentary as well. We always love having Tony in the booth. So knowledgeable. So 2-0 ahead. Robert Frost breaking to go on the hill in this first set. Race to 4. Talking of big names, they're all here, aren't they? Jason Shaw's here. He flew in last night. Aloysius Yap. Chang is here.
That's great.
There's some real big names, as there are in the women's field as well. Kelly Fisher, Alison Fisher.
If I'm not mistaken, when Aloysius Yap won this event last year, it was a 64-player field.
It was.
Yeah, now it's 128. It's doubled. So that makes it that much more difficult to win the event.
Yeah, lots and lots of events now in the calendar. We now have 10 of these. We started with 6. I've counted 10 now. Just come back from Canada a few weeks ago. Champion Amber Chen. She's here as well.
See if he goes back and forth and plays the 2 in the corner or in the side. Corner is a better option because You don't have to worry about going through all the traffic.
Yeah, got to remember, this guy is just 14 years old.
He's going to go 2, maybe 3 rails here if he goes in the side pocket. He just needs to make sure they can get past. But if he's going to go in the corner, he just has to go 1 rail. Very nice.
Beautifully played.
How impressive is it that he is at the level that he's at only the age of 14?
Yeah, when you think players, you know, years ago started at sort of 12, 14, 16, 18 years old, and look at the standard, as you say. Riku from Finland, another famous player from Finland is here, Hall of Famer, player of the decade, Mika Immonen. I know he's a good friend of yours.
Yeah, known him a very long time. It is a stellar field, Mark, that we have this time around.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the strongest fields I've seen for these tournaments.
I like his pace. I definitely like his pace. He's walking around, making sure he knows exactly where he wants that cue ball to stop before the next shot, and then just steps right into the shot. That's top-notch stuff right there.
Very important to have rhythm, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Something repeatable.
If you have an erratic rhythm, Mark, it makes it more difficult for you to end up with some type of consistency. That's why the rhythm has to be the same. If you take 2 warm-up strokes in one shot, then 8 the next, then 1 the following shot, that's you're not really pacing yourself. You have to be disciplined.
I'm going to introduce a new feature, which I'm going to surprise you with, because I don't want you thinking about anything, because it's going to be quick fire answers. I'm going to put you against the 30-second shot clock sometime during this match. And I've got 10 questions for you, and there's no extension.
No extension.
No.
So why do the players get an extension and I don't?
Because you're
considering
not
that
playing.
I'm a player.
Yeah, but not at the moment. You're in the booth. And no, putting your cue together now doesn't count.
I do have my cue with me. See if he goes 1 rail with draw. Very nice.
You see that cue ball trying to grab off that side rail. And in it goes, and we're going to go for a very short break, but we'll be back very, very soon. He's on the hill, Mr. No, he's not. We are back in the Kellogg Arena here in Battle Creek, Michigan. I said before the break that Robert was on the hill. Of course he's not. It's 2-1 now. Young Riku Romppanen.
So how does he break him? I've never watched him play. This is my first time watching him play.
Well, let's have a look and you can study it and tell us what you think of his break. Well, controlled. Nicely controlled for the wing ball in the side. What do you reckon, Tony?
Yeah, no, it just came up a little bit, hit it with follow. That's why I went forward a bit.
Look at the
you
balls,
could tell, yeah.
though.
He has a long bridge, too. Long bridge, very interesting. It's amazing how people have different styles of breaks, and yet so many of them get the job done.
Well, there's one couple of balls slightly away from the rails, but apart from that, And I guess that's the problem with breaking not really hard and a little bit soft.
It's something that needs to be practiced a lot in order for you to get a good feel for the control. Did he overhit that? Looks like he might have.
Yeah, just sneaked out slightly, hasn't it?
If he can see the 1 ball on the right-hand side, then the move there is send the 1 by the 2-4 and come underneath the 7. If not, then he needs to send the cue ball, hopefully behind the 6, if he's able to go between the 2 and the 4 and hit that 3rd rail. If not, just leave it in the bottom rail. You know, Buddy Hall once told me, always do what's easiest. Don't try to overcomplicate it. If you try to do too much, that's when you end up selling out.
Yep. Needs to slow up.
Yeah, he was trying to put him behind the 6. Yeah. Went a little longer. Yeah,
he's got an edge at this.
Mm-hmm.
Now, can he clip it thin enough? Got to avoid the 7 as well, though, of course. What would you do here, Tony?
Well, I mean, he might be able to hit the 1 off the 9 and stop it there and send the cue ball down here, but he still has to worry about getting by the 2 ball. The other thing is just hit it 1 rail.
Wow,
that's what he decided to do. You have to really trust the table to do that, and he trusted the table. That was perfect.
Does he try and make this? Does he try and kick it? Yeah, he's called it in the side. So.
Well, he's going to go 1 rail and bank it 1 rail. Kick it 1 rail and bank it 1 rail. It's the 1-1 shot. 1 rail, 1 bank.
You've got a word for everything. You've got a phrase for everything. I love it. I'm still waiting to hear your favourite, actually, but I'm sure we will at some stage.
Look at that, look at that.
Oh, what a great effort that was. Called that pocket. Got good distance on it. That's okay. As you see the replay, just catching the point there. If you want to keep an eye on the bracket, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, go to probilliardseries.com. There's everything you need to know about the tournament, the players, the schedule, where you can watch it. Remember, it's all free for the next 4 days. Oh, what a nice cut that is.
Will it make it? Will it make it?
Now then, do you... Oh, I was going to say.
He might be able to make this. This is a tricky shot. If I always tell people, if you're shooting this ball, the 2 ball, and you should study the tangent line and make sure that you figure out if you're going to hit that 4 dead square. Because if you're going to hit it dead square and you hit it with follow on a new table, once it double hits a 4 ball, it's going to want to continue rolling forward. It might still end up stopping in front of the 10. Whereas if you're going to hit it with a little bit of stun and draw, it'll come straight back because it won't want to go forward as much.
Well, you know what I'd do? I'm crazy. I'd call the 10 here. You know, I'm just crazy, though.
Well, are you supposed to only call 1 ball at a time? Oh,
yeah,
he decided to go for the save.
That's very nice.
Yeah, well, it's smart. It's smart.
Keep the pressure on.
He didn't want to take the chance. He knows that if he gives up the table, he's now down 3-1 in the race to 4. And we've spoken about this in the past where you have players that are playing more defensive shots because of how short the race is instead of taking those risky shots.
Yeah, certainly seen a big difference in the way players are approaching this particular race now. And of course, they're all trying to avoid that shootout.
Of course.
They hate it. We love it.
Over here, if he decided to kick this in, I would hit it with just enough speed to make it so that when the cue ball bumps off the 7, you can still see the 3.
Just like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he decided to go with a lot of speed, but he hit it with good enough speed because the mistake a lot of players make is when they hit that a little too soft, they go 2 rails, make the 2, the cue ball bumps the 7, and the 7 stops in front of the 4. So now if the 7 stops in front of the 4, they can make the 3, but they don't have position on the 4. So those are little details that you need to think of when you're shooting shots like that.
Yeah, lots to think about there. But the important thing, of course, is to, when you're actually playing a shot, to only think of one thing, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, make up your mind before you shoot.
Yeah, he called the 10 there, just in case. That's a just in case, Tony. I've been waiting for that from you, but I haven't heard it, so I thought
Just
I'd
in
use
case
it
speed.
first.
Just in case speed, right?
You see some guys, it's free to watch. You can come in, watch. There's no charge to get in. We're giving everything away this week. Tricky shot here.
So he was trying to pocket it. I guess it went. I didn't think it went, but it
I
went.
didn't think it did. I'd love to see that again. And right on.
Oh, so he was playing the 8 ball then, I guess.
Yeah, he's playing the 8, or unless he played it off the back. I don't know what he called. He can't believe it. Oh, just avoided it. Played it a little left-hand spin, but it didn't really take, did it, Tony?
Yeah, I'm surprised that it went that close to the rail. He put too much spin on that, if anything, because he didn't want to end up with that angle on the 3. Now he has to go a little bit to the right. Doesn't want to go too far because he doesn't want to end up having to overcut that 4 ball and having more movement on the cue ball. He's trying to control the cue ball for the 6 ball.
Looks okay to me.
I like going 2 rails here, but when you have the equipment to just slow down the ball the way he did right there, not all shafts are designed to do that.
Yes, a Predator sponsored event, but we don't mind mentioning other cues as well.
Well, isn't he
Sorry,
using a carbon fiber shaft?
Yeah. He's using the Mez. We're not prejudiced Predator.
I was going to say he has a Predator patch on, so I'm assuming he's using a Predator, right? A carbon fiber shaft. So see what he does here. Let's see if he goes 1 rail, if he just draws straight up the table.
Have you ever seen me on that podcast dogging it?
No.
Oh, I'm on there a lot. I do that a lot, you know.
Nice little 1 railer. I like the speed he hit that with. Still gave the ball a chance to go in, even though he undercut it a bit. And just a reminder, these are 4 1/4 inch pockets. The reason why that went in is because, again, the cloth is new, so they're sliding in. It's going to be a little more difficult to make that by the 3rd, 4th day.
We're level. 2-2. Not much between them. And the way Robert started, I thought, hello, here we go. This could be a very quick set. But just missed a couple of balls and the whole match has swung. And we often say, Tony, you know, how one shot can change a match. We've seen it so many times, haven't we?
Yeah, I remember back in the days I was playing a gentleman by the name of Neptune Joe Frady, one of the greatest players ever come out of Jersey. I missed one ball against him, and it cost me 13 consecutive racks. Going from one set to the next, it's just I either had to kick or play safe.
So breaking off then.
Let's see if he gets a cue ball to stop closer to the center this time, or if it goes forward again. Yep, it went forward.
Well,
So that's usually a very good indicator that he's dropping the elbow as he's stroking through the cue ball and raising the tip and hitting it above the center.
Yeah, he does move. There's a lot of movement on his stroke. I mean, he made that the wing ball, as we say, the one behind the 1 ball there in the side pocket, the 8 ball. But it did get kicked in, but it was on its way, so he's breaking pretty consistently, pace-wise.
Let's see if he goes 3 rails here. Be careful with the side pocket. 1, 2, 3. Is he going to run into the 5?
That.
Nope.
Oh, he's perfect.
draws between the 9 and the 10. Stop. Maybe about a draw back about 2 feet. To end up with a nice angle on the 3 to go for the 4. Nice.
There he is, young Riku. He loves it any moment he gets. And he's a good kid around the arena as well. He was actually helping me put numbers on tables yesterday.
Oh, that's awesome. That's just great. I love hearing stories like that.
Gets involved, always around, and his dad actually is here, and his dad is cleaning the balls and the tables as well. So
wow.
There you go. It's a family affair.
That's fantastic. I love hearing stuff like that. See if he goes one rail here. Hitting him great. Hitting him great. Very nice pace. Very nice control. Over here, you want to draw slightly past the 9. I've seen players shoot this shot, and, you know, they love going between the 6 and the rail and playing the 6 on the side instead, but I don't think that's necessary because you have a nice angle here. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Did he overhit that?
Oh,
yes, he did.
It's going to go. No, it's not. Right on the edge. Right on the edge
Wow,
now.
I thought for sure he scratched there.
Will this mistake turn into a bonus? He might have a dead straight in combo. I know it's a difficult one, but the combo on the 10 maybe as an option.
Either that, if he has a billiard where he can hit the 6 and run directly into the 9, he can send the 6 ball in front of the 10. But I don't know if he has that option.
Don't know what he's called. He's called the
10
ball. He's called the 10 ball, Tony. Wow, this is a tough shot. If it goes in, he'll be on the hill. Here we see the firm bridge hand.
Oh my God, what a shot.
Great combo that is.
Wow.
Wow, that was so difficult. The cueing, it was dead straight in, look.
I mean, look at his fundamentals.
Wow, and it was right in the heart of the pocket as well. And the guy on the phone behind there missed that shot, look, because he keeps texting. He missed a classic shot, and he hasn't got the option of the
That's
replay.
definitely going to
like
be in the highlight reel for sure, because that was one hell of a shot.
Right, 10 questions, 30 seconds, right? And they've got to be one word or as close to one word answers as possible, okay? You're on the shot clock, no extension. Here we go. How much of our sport is in the head, percentage-wise?
How much of the sport is what?
In our head.
All the time.
Paul, is it a sport or a game?
Sport.
Triangle, rack or template?
Template.
9 ball or 10 ball?
10 ball.
Best ever American? Earl, SVB or another?
SVB.
Best jumper in the world?
Sean Putnam.
Best kicker?
Efren Reyes.
Nicest attitude at the table?
Me.
Favourite opponent?
Efren.
Favourite cue tip?
Predator victory tip.
There you go. Beep, beep, beep. Just made it before the shot clock came in. Well done. Riku Romppanen breaking off.
I like that. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, we'll do that with all the players when we get them in here. We're gonna get Jasmine in the booth. We're gonna have Kelly, Alison Fisher.
That's great.
Daniel Schneider gonna join us. So lots to look forward to this week, guys. Right, so how's this looking? I think he was looking at wanting to jump this. He's going to play the push out, of course. For those of you that don't know, just explain the push shot. Put the push out for us, please, Tony.
Well, after the break, you're allowed to push a cue ball anywhere on the table. And what my recommendation usually is try your best to leave your opponent with an awkward shot that makes it difficult to play position for the following ball, should they decide to take the ball and make it.
And, of course, if he doesn't like it, he can put you back in, yes?
He has the option to make you shoot again. That's correct.
You might just have heard.
See, this is what they call the blood test. You decided to take this, you have to be pretty confident and comfortable. Take this. You have to have nerves of steel. A lot of practice.
Yeah, you almost want to dig down on this, don't you? But it's very dangerous, very difficult shot.
I mean, I love, if I can avoid the scratch, if it's possible, I love hitting the left side of the 1 here and sending the 1 ball to the long rail and to the top rail and sending the cue ball 2 rails back down table.
turning around.
But you know, he's 14 years old. He might like shooting.
Yeah.
You see?
See, I like
he's going to go for it. Yeah.
I like this.
Yeah.
I do like this. I'm surprised that Frost didn't go for this with his beautiful.
When you're young, you're fearless too.
Yeah.
When you're younger, you're fearless. When you have a little more experience and you realize how hard those shots really are, you think twice about it.
When I was young, I used to love roller coasters and everything. Now I get frightened walking up a set of stairs. Oh, what a great shot that is. Whoa, slow down, white ball, slow down.
That was one hell of a shot.
He needs another one here, though. This 2-ball is not easy. Doesn't want to flick off the edge of the 5 into that side pocket, Tony. Or will the 9 stop it?
He might be able to go past the 9 on the right-hand side. It all depends. He can go between them.
Yeah.
Ooh.
He's missed that, though. Sometimes when you're trying to guide the cue ball through a gap, you forget to pot the ball.
Well, you know, it's all it is when you're trying to guide it through a gap like that. Sometimes you do a little steering.
Yeah.
Subconscious most of the time, but you do a little steering. That's enough to cause you to overcut, undercut.
So we could be going hill if Robert Frost here can clear these last balls.
I think you just hit off the bottom rail and play the 4-ball in the upper right-hand corner pocket. I don't think there's any need to go, you know, 2 rails and avoid traffic or anything like that. But, you know, everyone has their own style, right?
Quite a unique style as well there of his eye over the ball. So obviously right eye dominant there if you watch when he gets down.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, you know, the thing with that shot is you have to hit it perfect speed to stop straight on the 4, whereas if you roll it in, even if you're off angle on the 4-ball, you still can work with it to stop the cue ball within that area for the 5 in the side. This is assuming the 5 goes in the side. If the 5 doesn't go in the side, that's a different story.
Now, something it's not at the moment is all she wrote, because we're only at 3-2. Another one of your lovely sayings that I'm looking forward to. I remember you doing that last year here. Do you remember that?
I remember a lot of good stuff. It's always a pleasure being in the booth with you, Mark. I have a blast with you every time.
I think he's has he called the? He's drawing this off the side rail for the 5.
Well, he's probably going to come off the 10. Oh, he didn't need to.
Wow.
That was a hell of a shot.
Wow, it's okay. It could have been a lot worse. It could have been a lot worse.
Oof.
Wow, how did he avoid the 10 there?
I have no idea. I thought for sure he'd run into the 10 there.
And all of a sudden, this is looking very nice.
Yeah, now it went from... Still has to make sure that he runs out, though. He's very steady. Look how steady he is. Look how he doesn't move. You see that? He just moves a little bit, but after the fact. But he's very steady. I like that.
Beautiful stroke, wasn't it? Whoa, he let the cue go there.
Ooh.
Wow, that's gone a little bit.
Yeah. But I think he's fine. Like I said, he's a very steady player. His fundamentals are intact. He just needs to bear down, make sure that he stays down on his shot. Trust the process. And we'll have a hill-hill match. Just needs to make sure he avoids that scratch because the cue ball is sliding off the rail in the upper left-hand corner pocket.
Oh, he's played it
Very
well.
nice.
In it goes, and we're going to go. But we will be back very, very soon after a very short break, guys. Welcome back here to the Kellogg Arena, where we're doing battle in Battle Creek. Well, Riku Romppanen is against Robert Frost. We're in the first set of two. 2 races to 4, of course. We're playing 10 ball. It's a cool shot. Our referee gives the go-ahead, breaking off as he won the last rack, Mr. Frost, for the set.
Okay, let's see how he hits him. As you say, he tilts his head to the side, but some people view the ball better that way. He found out that that works for him. That's why he does it that way. Ooh, almost scratching the side there.
Made the wing ball.
Did he make anything?
Yeah, he made the 5 and the 8 in the same pocket.
This is one amazing opportunity to take the lead and possibly avoid a shootout.
5
depending
went
how the
straight
second
in.
set
Look
goes.
at that. And the 8 ball spinning away around the table, Tony, and dropping in the same pocket.
Yeah. Here you want to go one rail. Make sure you have a little, even if you don't have an angle, but you want to maintain a little angle on the 2 ball so you don't have to work as hard.
Yeah, this is a huge rack in this match,
Ooh.
because if he wins this first set, the least he can expect is a shootout, right? You can't lose the match if, not straight away.
I'm pretty sure he had a little mini attack there, heart attack there, because he wasn't expecting that ball to go in that direction.
I think you did as well.
Well, let's see, he obtains an angle here on the 3 ball to get for the 4 in this opposite side pocket. Now he's going to have to draw it a bit.
Yeah, didn't really want to do too much with the cue ball there.
I'm going to draw it back about 2, maybe 3 feet. Ideal shape on the 4 would be to get dead straight. Remember, it's easy to overdraw the ball here because of new cloth.
Oh, not sure what he played or how he played that one.
Maybe he changed his mind last minute and decided to go for the corner. But I know he did point his cue to play it in the side pocket, so maybe he changed his mind.
Oh, he's finished
Little
lovely.
sloth.
Sometimes a shot takes you in a different direction, and it ends up sometimes being even better than the one you thought of.
Yeah. Or you think he can fit both Mack trucks in the corner by the 9, or just one?
Only one, mate. I'm not sure the 7 goes in that pocket past the 9, does it? He's got maybe half a pocket.
Yeah, because he overran that. He might have to use his extension here. Did he call his extension? Yep.
If you've just joined us, each player does get 1 30-second extension each per rack.
He's going to go one rail and try to go by the side pocket, I would assume. If he's playing assuming he's playing the 7, he went the other way. Wow, that's going to end up behind the 9 or scratching.
Well, he was behind the 9 earlier on. Played a great kick shot. He's okay this time though, and nothing to do with the cue ball, of course. Guaranteed to be on the 9 ball if he makes a 7.
Well, I tell my students sometimes this is literally the equivalent of the 10 ball. You make this, you're out, because everything else is easy compared to this. You really have to bear down.
Oh, he's stroking him in very confidently. Could have just rolled that, but I like the way he's positively keeping the stroke the same.
No, you can tell he's definitely feeling it. He feels comfortable. When it comes to making the shots, I think he's just getting a couple of rolls that he's not expecting as far as controlling the cue ball, but I'm pretty sure he's experienced enough to where he'll be able to make the adjustment.
And in it goes. He takes the first set by 4 racks to 3. So the minimum he can expect out of this match, Tony, is one of them shootouts. Now, let's have a quick talk about this format and that. I don't know whether you saw much of the team championships that we've just had in Austria, great event. It used this kind of format, races to 4, but it had that added twist, which was fantastic, and the players absolutely loved it. The audience loved it as well. The viewing figures were fantastic for it, where the girls play the single first, then the guys play the singles, then we have that mixed Scotch doubles.
I think that's great.
It was so much fun. Then you got the team pick who plays, and then it goes to a shootout if it's 2 all.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, really, really was well received. And there you see the huge Kellogg Arena, those 50 bar box tables hosting the Michigan State Championships, the BCA CSI State Championships on the little 7-foot ones.
And
back
I believe
to the 9-foot.
right now they're having the singles championships, and then when the teams come here, it's when it really gets crowded.
Oh. Standing room only there will be in here come Friday, Saturday.
I like what Robert's doing here a lot. He's popping that ball. See, look, he's popping it, right? Not hitting it very hard, trying to hit it as square as possible to get one of those balls to go in the side. Anything else is a bonus.
Yeah,
Well, if he's going to try to put the 1 in front of the 2 or the cue ball behind the 2. I like putting the cue ball behind the 2 and putting the 1 in front of the 4-7 too.
He's going to be on the 4.
Oh, he decided to go the other way.
That's good.
It's not a bad shot. It's not a bad shot. You have to hit it perfect. You know, if the 1 would have escaped there, he might have been in a little bit of trouble.
He could make this 2 ball nearby. If he can flick into the 7, he'll hold for the 2 here.
Yeah, he doesn't want to hit this hard at all. He just wants to tap it in. If not, he ends up going behind the 7 if he makes it. Doesn't want to do that.
Well, he's left a dead cert snooker here.
Oh, yeah.
He'll be going for it, though, I think. Got to go for this.
Well, you mean got to go for the safe, you mean?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, you have to go for the safe here because you have too much traffic. Too much going on trying to play position.
Well, it's your old theory, isn't it? Play what is easiest.
Yes, Buddy. Those are Buddy Hall's words. Wonder if he can see. Oh, he can see the edge here. He can see the edge here.
I think he might still kick it though because he's running into the. Can't avoid the. He can't avoid the 6, can he? So he's going to kick at this.
Well, if you have to kick at it, because if you try to hit it thin, you're going to run into the 6. You might make the 6, but you're not guaranteed to.
Oh, he caught the side, nearly made it, nearly made it.
Yeah, he wasn't counting on hitting the 2nd point. Now he would have left him behind the 10.
Yeah, and he wouldn't have had a shot on the 2 had it dropped either, so.
So the question is, can he make the 1 in the corner without scratching in the side? Or is he just going to go for the side and try to roll it or go up and down the table? I like shooting this in the corner. Minimal cue ball movement. I mean, I say it over and over. This Robert Frost is very impressive. Never seen him play, but he has a beautiful game.
Yeah, very easy on the eye to watch.
Very nice stroke, powerful. You know, more than enough, plenty of power to spare when he has to, finesse when he needs it. Go 1 rail here. You can go 2, but that's a risk you take when you go 2 rails. It's just that the cloth is sliding too much. He might still be able to see the 4. If he can, he should be out.
Yeah, he can play just a little stop shot here.
But the 5 ball was out, close enough to the 10 to where he could have just gone 2 rail, roll the 4 in, and come back to the center of the table, even draw a bit to the center of the table. But he makes tough shots.
Oh,
well,
spoke too soon.
Commentator's curse, right? Oh, I think he got away with it. I'm pretty sure there are a lot of people joining the chat, Mark. We don't have access to the chat here, so we'll focus on the commentary, but I'm pretty sure a lot of you are going to say hi. I won't be able to respond back, but I want to say hi to everyone in the chat. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you're all doing well, and we appreciate you tuning in and supporting the stream.
Yeah, we'll have a little look at it when we get the chance. Well, you're having a go at this, Tony, aren't you?
Yeah, you know, I might if I know that I can spin it enough to go 3, 4 rails and play the 5 in the same pocket, and then if I overcut the 4, it'll go back towards the 6. Yes.
We have another match coming up for you at 12 noon. Vitali Patsura, great player, against Tyler Steyer, one of America's own. Mosconi Cup player, of course. At 2 p.m. we got Blaine Barkas versus Justin Martin. Now that is a very interesting match as well.
So he called the corner. Let's see. Oh, wow, look at that shot.
Wow, that was a little bit of luck.
Look at this. He better hope he doesn't scratch. That was actually a very smart shot. He hit it off the 6. He hit off the 6 in order to slow down the cue ball a bit.
Do you think he played that?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely. He
What
definitely
a great
played
shot
that.
Then.
What a great, I'm telling you, it's a great shot. He makes all the tough shots. You can tell he's very experienced.
That was a fabulous shot. On goes the extension. Not the time clock one, of course, but the cue extension.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to call for that, do you, Tony?
No,
Just go and grab it yourself.
Yeah, and hope you use it before the 30 seconds are up. If not, you have to call an extension.
He's got to come downtown and uptown here, Tony.
Maybe not. Maybe, I don't know. It all depends.
Oh, he snatched at that. You see, to put a quick one in.
I would have slow rolled that one in and take the longer shot on the 7. It's just too much slide going on. Because even if he makes it, and I'm not saying, you know, some people feel more comfortable with, oh, yeah. No, he definitely had too much angle there. I see the angle now. I can see why he was going back and forth.
Yeah, but
there's probably no way to kill the cue ball there.
I don't know why pool players just won't practice with the bridge. Oh, dear, he's been let off the hook there. Riku.
I can tell you this. I watched this kid play a little bit, a couple of racks when I was in Vegas in March with you guys.
Yeah, he beat Sky Woodward in Vegas, of course.
Yeah, and this is definitely not who he is. He's just having one of those days. We all have. How many times have you seen a top player where they play 10 matches in a tournament, but you're always hoping that you don't run into what I call the match, where absolutely everything goes against you and where you can't get started? Happens.
Is there anything you can do about that? Is there a point when you say to yourself, this isn't my day, or you're still trying to work on something? How do you cope with that kind of thing?
I always make sure that my mentality is the same as when I'm having a good day. Sometimes if lack of sleep makes you feel tired, you think you're focused and you're not focused, but you have to continue to try to focus. And sometimes you might miss enough shots to make you mad enough and determined enough to wake up a bit. But if you're playing with a give-up attitude, the level of focus is hard to maintain at this level if you're not willing to fight it. Let's see if he's going to thin this. He can either thin it and towards the 7 or bank it 2 rails by where the 10 ball is. Unless he's going to go for it. Wow,
he's
went
gone
for it.
Missed the 10. He hasn't missed the 10. Oh.
And he's already called the bank.
Not wasting any
but
time.
See, this is what look at the shot he made. Look at the shot he made and look at the brawl he gets off the 10. You couldn't try to hit that 10 dead straight the way he did if you did.
It's there.
Very nice shot.
It's there.
Very nice shot. amazing out by this young man. Amazing out.
Fantastic 6-ball. Nice bank on the 7, and then not really a straightforward shot on a 10. That could have gone wrong as well. So, 1-0 up, 1 set down though. Riku Romppanen playing to stay in this match and force a shootout. Now, I wonder how many shootouts we can see as we take a long look here at this beautiful Kellogg Arena. And it's so called the Kellogg Arena because this is the place where they grow all the wheat. Are you a breakfast cereal man, Tony? What do you eat?
I used to be for years, yeah. Still am.
What did you have for breakfast this morning?
I had grape nuts flakes. Yeah. Got a lot of fiber. Good for you. A lot of vitamins, minerals.
I wonder what Riku had. I hope he had his Weetabix. We say that makes you stronger.
Well, you know, when you're 14, you almost have like this unlimited energy. Uh-oh.
Wow. Lifted his head completely. I want to see that again. Watch this, Tony. Have a look here. I mean, there was hardly any chance of hitting that accurately, was there?
More movement you have, the tougher it is. It's not impossible to master, but it takes a lot of work.
And he seemed to go for a lot more power there. He's been making balls with not such a powerful break.
But look how Robert hits it. He's popping it, and either the 9 or the 6 goes towards the side. Look at the 9 ball.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
Just popping it.
Yeah.
If I see that I'm playing someone that's popping it, he's making that ball all the time, I'm going to try to pop it the way he is.
So, yeah. So how are you popping it? Is it the angle of the cue? Is it?
It's just you elevate the cue a bit, right? So that way you have the cue ball hopping, so that way it'll hop back. You're popping it, and you're not using a full stroke. You're not trying to hit the ball as hard as you can. It's almost like shooting a 4-foot stop shot. But you're not shooting a stop shot because you have the weight of one cue ball going against the weight of 10 balls, so it's going to pop it back, even though you're shooting with stop shot speed.
Ah, now it's becoming clearer.
Wow, look at this.
Well, don't go too far, though.
Oh,
he's perfect, isn't he?
What a great shot that was. I don't know if he was trying to run into the 5 and maybe it skidded on him, but whatever happened, that was a fantastic shot. That's why he's still at the table. I mean, then you shoot a stop shot here, a stop shot on the 3, a stop shot on the 4. You end up with a perfect angle on the 5 to go up table for the 6.
Oh, stop it.
That's what I'm hoping. But see, he drew that a bit. He didn't have to. Now he's going to have to move the cue ball a bit here. But he's fine.
Yeah, he can get his cue between the 10 and the 5, so he's okay. Drawing again. This is good, looking good. Little bit straight maybe, but 5 in the side.
Almost drew it too much. I think he's fine there, but he might have to power this one in. Unless he's able to go past that 6 with follow and leave the cue ball frozen on the rail. But, you know, you have to really feel comfortable with a shot like that. I kind of like popping it over a bit, leaving the cue ball near the center of the table.
You're doing a lot of popping today, Tony.
Let's see if he goes with the follow. It looks like he is. Nope.
But
that's a better shot. That's a better shot because you have a guaranteed angle to come downtown for the 7.
Yes, there it is, downtown. I wondered how long it'd be. The man from New York. Say Jersey.
Is he going to run into the 10? Because if he hits the wrong side, he might end up behind the ball.
Oh, that's disastrous.
He's probably telling himself, I got away with that one.
I don't know if you're familiar with the word knit or not.
Knit?
Knit free he has on his shirt there. We call knit somebody that, you know, does something a little bit stupid. And he done something a little bit stupid there. So he's not knit-free.
Listen, when you're playing a brand new cloth and you're used to playing worn-out cloth, it's a different world. So there are adjustments that need to be made. But growing up, a knit meant someone that had no heart, that you talk a lot of game, but you don't put up, you don't play for the money the way you say. That's what we used to call a knit in Chelsea billiards back in the days.
Oh, he could see it.
Yeah. Taking his time is very smart. Taking his time is taking full advantage. Uh-oh.
Oh, where is it? He's okay.
He definitely didn't want to hit there. I guarantee he didn't want to hit there. He's looking at it. He's saying, yeah, what can I do different next time to make sure I don't go anywhere near that scratch?
So we have matches every day for you. 10 a.m., 12 noon, 2 p.m., and then we have a little break until 5 p.m., then 7 and 9 p.m. every single day, same every day. Coming up next on this table will be Vitali Patsura against Tyler Steyer, then Blaine Barkas against Justin Martin. And then what about later on? 5 p.m. Christina Tkach will be on this very table. First tournament back after a little bit of a hiatus.
She's pumped for it too. She's very excited.
Boyfriend Fedor here as well, of course, fresh from his big victory against Carlo Biardo. Carlo Biardo is here as well. We've got Roberto Gomez, Jovan Bustamante, Roland Garcia,
Robbie Capito.
Robbie Capito. They're all here. Everyone's here.
Are the Cole brothers here? I thought they signed up for all these events.
And we are back again. 1 rack all in the second set. Robert Frost took the first one. So what's your thoughts on this lovely arena?
Oh, this arena is beautiful. It's gorgeous. The venue is great. I was here last year at this Kellogg Arena. Look at that. I mean, it's beautiful. And this wait till you see this a couple of days from now when the teams get here. It is going to be packed. And wait until you see the view of whenever a shootout takes place. Mostly everyone stops what they're doing and they gather around the table to watch the shootout. I just saw Karen Kaur there. She's making a comeback. So it's nice to have her back again, competing with the women.
Yeah, I met her last night. Never met her. Was a legend in the UK as a snooker player back in the 80s, 90s.
Did you see that break?
I did see it.
He didn't pop him there. He went all out for that one. Look, boom.
Yeah.
And he still made the ball on the side.
And the 9.
Wow, he made 3.
And wow. Hello. What's John doing? He must have dropped his wallet, I reckon. No, there he is.
So let's see if he's going to leave an angle on the 4 ball. He wants to leave the cue ball by the long rail. As close to the long rail as possible so that we can go 2 rails for the 5 ball.
You see the Arcos 2 balls.
Very nice.
Yeah, using the ball there, wasn't he, to hold the position for the 4. This is double elimination, this tournament. So a loss doesn't mean you're going home. It just means you go to the one lost side.
Yeah.
Still a chance to come back. It's just a longer route, isn't it, Tony?
Mm-hmm. Very nice control for the 5 in the side.
I wonder what that guy's thinking up there. Look, ooh, I want to get back on the table and start playing again.
Don't count the kid out. You know, he's gained a little bit of experience since he started playing against the top pros, but Robert is not going to go down easily from what I've seen so far. He knows exactly when to take his time. He evaluates everything before he gets down. He doesn't just get down too quickly and then ends up shooting.
Perfect on the 6 here. I think it goes past the 10, doesn't it, Tony? Yes.
Yeah, I think it does. Has a perfect angle on the 6 to get on the 7. Still have to manage the speed here, though. It's very easy to overhit it.
Or underhit it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'd rather underhit it and end up there instead of overhit it because I don't have to worry about going uptown and then back downtown. You have to. It makes it more difficult.
Yeah, this is more or less perfect, isn't it? Playing the 8 into the same pocket.
Make sure he doesn't run into the 8. Be surprised if he.
Oh, he did run into it.
I was gonna say, don't be surprised if he runs into it. But when you're gonna run into it like that, you have to really look at the 90-degree angle and make sure you see, hey, am I gonna hit the ball on the thick side? If I am, let me hit it with a little bit of draw, so it'll draw away a bit and hit the side of the ball instead. He's gonna hit as thin as he can to just play it safe. Oh, this is a hanger for this kid. You remember the 6 ball he made earlier?
Yeah, I do remember it.
Calls his extension. Question is he going to go 1, 2, 3 rails to get on the 10 or 2 rails? With a thinner hit, as he has over here, I kind of like going the 3-rail route. That way you can unleash the stroke.
Would you play
it looks like he sees enough of the ball to make it. Because the only other option I see is going 2 rails to play safe. I don't think he's going to do that.
Might be coming across the face of it thin. No, he's gone for it. He's gone
there
for it.
There you go, you see?
Where's the cue ball? It's going to be...
Oh, wow. Look
okay,
how good he hit that.
Look at that. Great shot, Riku Romppanen. And smile from his opponent, I can see just off camera there.
Well, because he knew he blew it. He knew he blew that rack.
And in it goes. So 5 p.m. Who are you playing, Tony?
Never heard of the opponent that I'm playing, but the name is Houston Rodriguez.
Oh, he sounds good.
Huh? What's that?
He sounds good. It's not Elvis Rodriguez, no?
No, I don't think so.
No? We got
I told my wife yesterday I'm playing a Spanish guy from Texas. Houston Rodriguez.
Aha. I see what you've done there. Riku needs some more Gatorade. Look, where's his dad? Go and come and top him up. Vero, his dad's name is, I think. And there are the beautiful Arcos balls. And just look at the reflection of those Predator Arena lights. There they are. Look, one in the middle, and they're surrounded.
Yeah, it looks very beautiful. So let's see how he hits it. Last time he miscued. Let's see if he uses a little more control break. See, he took a little off there.
Yeah, and he hasn't made a ball, has he? Unless the fork will drop, will it?
Well, that's no. He's still not hitting the 1 ball anywhere near the dead square, and I think that's why he's not making a ball in the side pocket. I think if he's a little thicker or a little fuller, he has it, because Roberts made it almost every single time.
And he's got a shot at the 1 ball here as well.
wonder if he's going to try to run into the 2. Let's see. Yep, he did. But he missed the 1.
Oh, he's hooked him, but I think the jump cue will be coming out here. Yep, calls the 1 ball. Out comes the jump stick.
See, he was trying to run into the 2 ball.
He made it, but again, maybe too much focus, Tony, on that.
That's why I give credit to anyone that tries to learn this game, because this game is so difficult. Did he avoid the scratch there?
He did, because there was the 4 ball that
Ooh.
stopped it.
Ooh.
He made the 4 as well. If it hadn't have been there, of course, it would have gone in. Now,
Yeah.
how's this a test of cueing on the
Well,
2 ball?
There's a difference shooting this shot when you're my age and shooting when you're 14 years old. Wow, look at that.
Can he see it? He can. Well, he'll be going for this.
Just going to slow roll it and play the 3 in the side of the corner. Very nice. Might have a little too much angle on the 3 to get to the 5. Let's see. You know, the 10 is not, I mean, you still have to hit it good, but it's the 6 being there, it's a possibility, 5-10 combo. If he can't get to the other side of the 5, that is.
I think that's where the cue ball's going, isn't it? You
That's
could
what it
be
looks
right.
like.
Oh, he's just
Oh,
going to
yeah,
leave
yeah,
it.
he can definitely hit it full enough. Okay. It's a little tough to tell. It looked like it had too much angle there for a second. I like going 2 rails here. Putting a little bit of side spin. Very nice.
Oh, stroke that lovely. It's a pleasure to watch.
Oh, it is. It is. I mean, both these gentlemen are playing great pool. You know, we all make our mistakes here and there. It's almost impossible to play a full tournament without ever making a mistake.
He who never made a mistake never made anything.
Yeah, there you go. But it's like I said, sometimes you have those matches where you can play absolutely perfect and lose, and then you miss 5-10 balls and you win. And you blow the guy away 11-1.
Well, this to go on the hill.
It looks like, you know, I mean, you can't count Robert off. You just have to hope. He's hoping he gets back to the table, obviously.
Not this time.
Mm-mm.
Just noticed Wu out to my side, practicing. Part of Team Taipei. How good was it to see Rubalin Ahmet back in action as well for
Yeah.
the Philippines, who went on
Yeah.
to win it, of course, and Riku wins that rack to go on the hill 3-1.
So it looks like we might end up with a shootout, my friend. It all depends. Let's see what happens after the break.
Referee John, now let's just have a little word about, I know I talk about it all the time, every tournament I seem to mention it, but the reason I am talking about it is because we've been raising money for him to get rid of that ponytail of his, and it is going to go. This tournament, it's definitely going. It is, it's definitely going. I've heard it on good authority. Been raising some money for a charity.
That's funny. Well, let's see how he hits this. If he decides to pop it or if he decides to go all out. See how he hits it a little, the 2 balls going a little above.
Yeah, just went past the side, and he's not very happy with that. But he hasn't left anything. Could have been worse.
Yeah, whenever possible, again, when you're pushing out, if you end up leaving a shot, you want to make it as awkward as possible to get on the next ball, or if anything, give them a difficult safe to play. And then over here, this is kind of tough to push out to a good spot because there are a couple of places you can lead the cue ball. You can lead the cue ball behind the 6, 7, 10 and shoot the 1 towards those balls.
He'll be giving this back, won't he?
I think Robert is counting on that. If you shoot the 1 to the 7, you might be able to go 2 rails past the 9 ball.
Well, we're going to see now what he had in mind. What was he thinking?
Yeah.
Because obviously that's part of the thought process as well, Tony. You're thinking, where can I push to? Where my opponent might give it back to me in order for me to play the shot that I want to play.
That's correct. And a lot of times you have to hope your opponent doesn't know the shot that you're thinking of executing. So you're playing little mind games here.
Mind games.
Strategic.
Like a game of chess.
Yeah, that was tricky. I don't think he had the angle to get away with that. He might have left the 1 dead. If he didn't, he might want to hit it so that the 7 comes off the rail and stops in front of the 1 if he decides to hit it soft. See, that's what he's looking at. Hit it super soft, but with enough speed so that the 7 will bounce off the rail and stop in front of the cue ball. The other option, oh, he is calling the 1. The other option is, if he was playing a safe, is to put the cue ball behind the 10, the 6 to 8 and 10. But it looks like he's going for this. So if he's going for this, he wants to control the cue ball for position on the 2. Would have needed to hit that a lot fuller, to be honest with you. I don't even know if it was possible to make the 1 off the 7. The 1 seemed a little high there.
Well, I think we have a winner through. John Francisco. He's gone through, one of your buddies from
New York.
New York. Drove, actually, from New York.
Oh, wow.
12 hours.
Let me see. I can't tell if he's straight on this ball or not. If he is, he's going to want to draw it back. If not, he's just going to slide it over. Don't want to get too straight on that. Going to slide it, power slide it. There you go. Stun follow there. Now the key here is a 5 to the 6. He moved that 6 ball and wound up with an awkward angle in the 5 there, Mark.
He needs to play a big draw shot here, doesn't he?
Even if he does, he's going towards the 10 and the 8, so he has to be careful that he doesn't overcut the 5 ball if he goes with draw. I kind of like follow, believe it or not, going top rail and coming back down. If you hit it with draw, you hit it, you cut it too much, you could possibly scratch. Oops.
Wow, he got a hold of that. Well, he's got the 6-9. Yep, calls it. That was a huge stroke.
Yeah, he's definitely got that down. He's not afraid to hit a ball with power, like I said. Ooh, look at that. Wow, if he would have run into that 8, it would have gone straight in the corner. Very nice combo. Very nice. Just going to go by the side pocket. Little straight here. He might have to draw it back about 2 feet, take a slide cut on the 8, go 1 rail for the 10 in the same pocket. And that'll bring him within 1.
Just checking that the clock. Got lots of time. Smart move there. Using all the time. This is the big shot. This is the key shot, isn't it?
Well, you know, he's still trying to win a set, the second set, in order to avoid a shootout. Perfect. Drew it back about 2 feet.
Yeah, he's got a nice angle, isn't he? Just run off the side rail, back over for the 10 into the same pocket. So 1 set point saved, so to speak.
That's correct.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Wow. Wow, it almost like looked like he steered it with his cue.
Wow, what a let off and what a chance now to force the shootout. We could be seeing our first shootout in our first match of the day.
Yeah, one of many to come.
Yeah, there's a percentage been worked out, and it's around between 33 and 40% of these matches go to a shootout.
It's a lot of matches.
Yeah, you'll see the players now practicing the shootout shot. Walking around the arena, you'll often see them ending up with their practice on that 10 shot.
Over here, you don't want to do anything fancy. You just want to roll it in, take the long shot on the 10 ball. Uh-oh, that ball slid. That ball slid.
Oh, he's lost the cue ball. So it's going to be 3.
Look how it slid. Look how it slid coming off the rail. Look, you see the little dip it took?
Yeah.
Was just enough to cause the cue ball to go straight to the pocket, yeah.
And in it goes. And we're going to go for a short break, but we'll be back very soon, guys.
And we are back. The score is currently 3-2 in favor of Riku. If Robert ties it and wins the match, wins that set, he wins the match. If Riku wins it, we go into sudden death. Thank you all for tuning in. We appreciate the support of the stream. And let's see if Robert goes ahead and pops this break once again like he's been doing. There was only one time where Robert hit it with full force, and he made 3 balls on the break, but he's been consistently making that second ball in the side pocket, which is why I believe he's still in the match.
Oh, nearly made the white ball in the side pocket there.
Yeah, well, that time he didn't hit the 1 ball the way he hit it previous time. That might be the first time. Look how he cut it. But if the cue ball didn't dip there, he would have gone straight in the side. Oh, this is an opportunity for Riku to close the second set. Needs to manage his speed here for the 2 in the side to play the 3 in the upper left-hand corner pocket. I'm not sure what he was trying to do there.
Wow, look at this. Wonder would he consider another early 10? We saw him play a brilliant combo earlier on.
He's looking to see if he has a safe there.
He's called the extension, so he's going to have a really long think about this one.
I like hitting the 2 past the 5. Bank. He's
called the 10. He's called the 10 again, Tony. This is a big shot to call, but it's to win the set. Well, if he makes this will be shot of the match so far.
If he banked the 2 past the 5, he'd send the cue ball follow towards the 8 and send the cue ball by the 7 and the 6. He might be able to play a safe.
Watch the 10 ball, guys. He's called it. Oh, it's a long way off. Now then he's got away with it, though,
Yeah.
I think. Nothing much on there, Tony.
I like going rail first here, Mark. I love this shot. This is a billiard shot. You go rail first here, hit the 2 thin, and have the cue ball go 3 rails behind the 4, 9, 3, and 10.
You heard it, folks.
I think it's a good shot. I think it's really the only safety shot he has. Key here is to make sure you go off that 2 ball very thin if you hit the rail first. He's gonna go for the 8 ball, I think. So I guess he's doing a billiard, unless it goes past the 8. No, it doesn't. I didn't think it went past the 8.
I think he was trying to bury it into the rail and play it off the.
Yeah.
Watch this. Play the 2 on. Oh, I don't know what he was playing.
Yeah, that's a tough shot. He just had such an awkward angle.
So big chance.
Got perfect on the 3. Now slide angle on the 4 to slide it over for the 5.
I'd love to see him just stay down a bit longer. I just always think if you start jumping up, the more confident you get, the quicker you start coming up.
It's true. But what I love about what he's doing now, Mark, is he's still composing himself, which is extremely important. He's pacing himself. He's taking his time. He's not rushing into it right away. He's telling himself, hey, I want to leave the cue ball here. I want to leave the cue ball there. Let me just not just run into the shot, end up making a silly mistake and missing an easy shot or play bad position.
See again there. Oh.
Yeah. No, it catches up to you. It definitely catches up to you. But we have those days, Mark, where you couldn't stay down if your life depended on it.
Why is that? Why do we find it? Why do we always want to jump up? Is it because we want to see the result of the shot? Is it because we can't wait to play the next shot? What is it?
Everyone is different. For me, when I'm exhausted, I cannot stay down if my life depended on it. And I'm a teacher. I've been teaching the game for over 30 years, playing for 43 years. But it's amazing how when you're tired, you don't feel comfortable. You start jumping all over. And then the more you jump, the more you continue to jump. But for me, it's when I'm tired, when I'm exhausted. I have to be pretty tired. I have to be pretty exhausted.
So it looks like our first match of the day is going to go to one of those very famous shootouts. And just watch the crowds gather. There's a buzz that goes around the arena when we know it's going to a shootout, which we are going to have. Now, for those of you that haven't seen it, the 10 ball will be replaced on the spot where it's actually racked. There you see the nice graphic on your screen there. John Lehman just describing the rules to the players, and Riku won the lag, so he gets the choice of whether he wants to go first or second. He can also choose which side he wants to start from. Each player will play from the same side of the table. They have to make the ball cleanly into the pocket. They can't go round any rails. It has to go straight in, and then we'll alternate 4 innings each, and if we're still level at that point, we will then go to a sudden death shootout where the cue ball is, it has to come back a diamond and makes it even more torturous for the players. So here we go, Riku Romppanen first.
And we've spoken about that before. Do you prefer to go first or have your opponent go first? I like to go first, so that way I can keep the pressure on them, assuming I keep making the shot.
Yeah, if you make it, it's the right choice. If you don't, it's the wrong choice. And it gives your opponent that edge. So now a little bit of pressure. And he will have to play it from the same side of the table as Riku just played it. There you see, John will take the ball over. And you'll notice how he places that 10 ball with the white side up, so that there's nothing to aim at. You can't pick a spot on it. It's just a spherical, bit like the planet Saturn, right?
Planet Saturn, that's correct. I love it. You know, Saturn is my favorite planet.
Why is that?
Because I say that to because of the rings, and when I say that to my son, because I picked that as a favorite planet, he has to pick another planet.
Well, they're both on the same planet at the moment, 1-1.
Yeah.
So now we'll switch over to the other side. Very official. John Lehman waiting for the cue ball to stop.
They both look pretty comfortable the first shot.
I watched Carlo Biardo and all his Filipino mates last night, Garcia and Bustamante, were practicing this, and they were absolutely smashing it in. Then Amber Chen came along and did 6 in a row.
Wow.
Famously won that shootout against Ali Fisher in the Canada Open. Back to this, the Seybert's Michigan Open. In it goes again. Nerves of steel. Well, he could be the young Iceman from Finland. Mika Immonen, of course. I don't know if he's got...
He still got up a bit there, huh?
Yeah, it's a habit of his. You kind of want to tell him, but you don't want to tell him because you don't want to put him off, you know. I don't mean now, I mean, you know.
Right.
Maybe you can have a little word with him, Tony.
I don't even know the kid.
I'll introduce you.
I'm looking forward to it. And that kid has a bright future.
So 2-1 Romppanen. This to level things up in the shootout. Oh, he's missed it. Bit of movement as well from Robert Frost. Advantage. The youngster, the 14-year-old from Vantaa, just outside Helsinki. Now he knows if he makes this one, his opponent must make his. And in it goes. So it's quite simple now. Robert Frost cannot afford to miss.
Yeah, you see, this is when you have to compose yourself and say, hey, I need to let go of that mistake. Let's stay focused on the task at hand. It's your only chance. And of course, you still have to hope that he misses a fourth one, but you have to make this to stay alive. Forget about the previous miss. Stay focused on the prize.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And it goes, but as you said, Tony, if Riku makes this next one, He wins. He hasn't missed yet. 3 out of 3. Can he make it 4 out of 4? Coming up next, remember, Vitali Patsura against Tyler Steyer. That's coming up at midday. Might be just after, actually. We're coming up to 9 minutes before midday here in Michigan. And it's in, and he wins. Riku Romppanen has won on a shootout. Thank you very much, Tony Robles. I've been Mark White, and we're going to be, well, Tony, you're going to be back again in a minute with Tim de Ruyter. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll be back very, very soon.
Thank you.